All right. So this is the first GG Haven podcast, excuse me, while I exert myself and open up an apple cider. But I have with me David Pelaez from California. I think he's from Long Beach or South Beach?
Long Beach.
I got you, man. So I've known David here for a little bit. He is an avid gamer and an avid overclocker. He basically overclocks as much as someone seeks a crack rock in the New York City boroughs. So that being said, David, welcome. We've been friends now for probably going on a month, and you've been an invaluable resource. A good friend, obviously. You let me vent and you hear all my woes and stuff like that. But anyways, thank you for being on this podcast. I do appreciate it.
Well, thanks for the invite. Anything I can do to help.
No worries. So anyways, since this is the first podcast, we're going to spend some time talking about what GG Haven is all about and some future goals. And since I am the head of the company, I don't know what title I should give myself, Supreme Ruler of All, but that being said, so GG Haven, somebody asked me, what does it mean? Well, just to get it off the bat, it actually stands for gregarious gaming. Now, I know you guys have to really dig deep into your Google skills and actually learn how to define it. So if you go to Google and you type define gregarious, basically what it means is it's sociable, willing to pretty much, well, what's the best way to put this? You're willing to flock together for common likes. Pretty much it's a community word that just means you want to build something. And so gregarious gaming because, I'm a gamer, and Haven because I decided to make a gaming community that was kind of like a haven from toxic groups like the League of Legends, the Dota groups where people just hate on you. I kind of want to build a community of people that, for the most part, we treat each other with respect, but also at the same time, like, we empower one another. Like, I know, David, you're a go-getter. You started podcasting, and you kind of took it up on your own. And that's kind of what I want to do. Like, people who want to write, people who want to stream, people who want to podcast. Like, I really want to empower those people. Because also, like, getting into the gaming industry is not easy. I mean, unless you have a nice portfolio of writing or graphic art, whatever the case may be.
So or you gotta know somebody.
Or you gotta know somebody, exactly. And I mean, in this world, it's either, well, what's my friend say? Are you someone I need to know or someone I need to blow? So obviously you're neither of those, but well, you're the former. Excuse me, sorry.
Oh God.
But anyways, back to it. I want to really just help people get into the gaming industry. And I think, with hard work and a decent site, I can give people a place that they can actually write stories about games. Or, obviously they can use Twitch, but, they can be a part of a community and help grow that. And so that's really important to me. Bringing people together. And also, David, we met on a similar project. And that's how we met. I mean, like, I would have never, honestly, I hate California. I would never go out to California, but, you live out there and we met through a similar project. And, it's kind of amazing. It's like a beautiful bromance as come out of nowhere. So I was going to ask, what made you want to get into gaming communities of all things?
To be honest with you, it's an open opportunity. Like, no matter which way you look at it, all ends are open. But the problem is that there's so many different official media communities, gaming media communities, where, like you said, you need to have a portfolio, and predominantly one large company that is a 3-letter acronym. It's nobody can get into that unless you know somebody or you have the good experience to back your face. So it's like, the reason why I did it is just because, like, there are so many people out there, so many people that know what they're talking about, like the gamers. So they're all out there. They're the ones, I guess, that you can say they're the ones where the rubber meets the road, from where the drawing boards to developers to testing for bugs, and then there comes us, the end user. We play the game. We have our opinions. Hopefully they're not biased. I mean, it's kind of hard having a bias against the game. Like, I can understand having a bias towards a company. Like, you prefer Team Green over Team Red.
Right.
But, with the game, you can't really say, oh, this game sucks. And it's like, why? Well, because it just sucks. A lot of the PC gamers, in particular, actually, the community itself is really big. So you meet a lot of people, like you said, you and I met, maybe a month ago, and we frequently talk. And I help you out with whatever you need in terms of computers and all that stuff. We game whenever we can. Lately, not so much because of busy schedules.
I mean, you had to go and get married, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
not holding that
know.
against you.
I hold it against myself, dude. I don't blame you. Oh God.
Well, yeah, it's interesting that you say that because yeah, I mean, you're right, and especially it's been, there's two things in life that are guaranteed, and I'm going to add a third to it. One is you'll get taxed, one is you'll die. And truthfully, though, you are right that it is about who you know, not just in the gaming industry, but in any business. If you want to get ahead in life, it's hard to do it and make it on your own.
Yeah.
So it is about who you know. Also, and this is a lesson for anyone listening, in business, Harvard's first rule of business is don't lose money. Second rule of business is don't lose money. But also the unspoken rule that most people don't tell you about is that you just need people to help you succeed in anything. And if you're building a building, a house, a community, you need people of like mind. And so, no, you're absolutely right, though. I mean, you mentioned briefly about how other groups out there, they when they're rating something, it's always favorable. They're not really getting into the meat of what's bad about the game, what should they throw out, what exactly should be kept, what did they do right and wrong this time. I wouldn't say there's no honest conversation, but I think it could be more honest, and that's kind of like we're going down this rabbit hole. That's getting into critiquing, and it just sounds more like back rubbing when it comes to when you're reading articles and stuff. And so I definitely agree with you, and that's something I want to stray away from. Since I'm in my infancy with this company, but that's something I kind of want to keep to. That I want to be an honest critic. I don't want to be a paid backpacker. What is it? Back patter. There you go.
Yeah.
And
backpacker.
Yeah, exactly. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to do something like this, because like you said, I mean, there are end users. You're just like me, an average guy. Girlfriend. I got a girlfriend. You got a wife. But we have skills, and I mean, me looking at you, I would never expect that you would be like a hardware master. I mean, at least in my perspective, you know a lot about hardware. Like I said, you just don't know what people out on the street are capable of, and that's why I really want to actually focus. That's going to be in my mission statement, is that I really want to give people a chance to excel, to shine. And not everyone is meant to be a writer or a podcaster or a streamer, but somebody out there is good at something. There's someone out there who isn't mediocre at everything. You have to apply yourself. And so that's kind of what GG Haven to start with is about. It's a community of gamers to come together on. But I want to do more than that also. Everyone loves free things, and so this is going to be me segueing into the next part of it. I want to actually have a forum that Counter-Strike, Global Offensive people can come to, World of Warcraft people can come to. I want to have a forum where people, because it's hard to set up forums out there, man. You can use free ones out there, but what I want to do is I want to give free services away, like at this TeamSpeak that we're using. I want to give that away for people to use. I don't want people to worry about what program are we going to use. I mean, there is Skype, you can use Skype, but that uses a lot of resources. I want to give away a TeamSpeak, and it's an endeavor because there's millions of gamers out there. So I don't know how I'm going to tackle that, but I want a forum where people can come together and talk about stuff with their guild. They don't have to worry about it. They sign up on the website. This particular section's for your guild. Here you go. Have fun. I want to also, like I said, I want to have a platform where people can, submit a podcast, and maybe we'll put it on the site. And if they're good enough, they can be an official contributor. But at the same time, I just want it to be honestly, where people think GG Haven, they're like, oh man, not just that they're cool, but they're really looking out for gamers out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been working on this project now 2 weeks on my own, roughly. And a success I've had is I've actually brought together an all-female team in a particular game right now, and that's 6 different girls, all over Europe, and they're playing, like I said, a particular game. I don't want to give away all my secrets, and just the fact that they're thanking me, thank you for helping us, just being thanked. It's it just makes you feel good. It's like being a diamond in the rough almost. I really enjoy bringing people together, and I think for me, I know every business at the end of the day needs to earn money, but at the same time, everyone, most people come home after work and they want to play some games and they want to play with other people, and now they actually have a little mini community, a mini team that they're a part of, And that's essentially like what I'm getting the most joy out of, is bringing people together. And that's the other point about the Haven that I really want to build. And I know I know it's going to happen. But like anything and everything in its time. So this infant project will grow into be something more mature soon.
It will. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to. Everything starts out. I mean, perfect example, I personally didn't know Steve Jobs, but I saw, the movie with Ashton Kutcher, and, he started in his garage,
Mm-hmm.
And, look where we're at now. I'm using a MacBook Pro right now to talk to you right now. And people are using just everything that everybody has now started somewhere small. Even the things that we drink, it was like something that some old geezer, concocted in his bathtub and was selling it at the local farmer's market. And next thing you know, some guy saw it, and next thing you know it, we're drinking Coca-Cola or Pepsi or whatever. So it's like everything starts out small. And
let me cut you off there, David, because when you
say
Steve Jobs' name, you have to say it with a little bit of reverence. So say it with me, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs.
Jobs.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, great innovator, but like you said, something starts out of someone's basement, whether it's a garage band or it's moonshine, that eventually becomes mainstream and adopted all over the place. And that's pretty much. I agree with you wholeheartedly that this project that I'm working on, it will grow up into be something mature, one day at a time. But also, I've had business experience in the past, and a good problem to have, but it's still a problem, is growing too fast. And if you don't know how to handle that growth, it gets really crazy. And so I'm definitely taking things slow. I'm actually getting, for me, I said like the website's, well, for those who don't know, it's www.gghaven.com. It's still being built. I got, messing around with plugins, messing around with different options. Like, the needs I have are great, but, they'll get met. Like I need a forum. But that being said, a little bit at a time. I'm just chipping away at it, and I know I can't wait. One day where I can actually, after I put in my millionth hour into this, I can actually step back and see it take a life of its own. It's going to be a good feeling because however many people have made teams out of it, or however many I don't know, maybe someone might actually get a girlfriend or a future wife out of this project. Like that'd be kind of a huge success. So yeah, it's been pretty fun for sure.
I think it's good though. I mean, everybody knows, there's every game has its community, its particular specific community. And like for an example, you have, I guess if you want to relate it to like a biological look, like in life, it's like you have like the biosphere, and each biosphere has its biome that has the ecosystems and blah blah blah, whatever. You can go all the way down to the individual bacterium and whatever. But like in this case, you got PC gamers and you got console peasant gamers, and everybody. Even if you're just a casual on a PC, like you understand, like if you're playing with somebody on a game, there's a level of respect almost. Like if you were to jump out of whatever game you're playing on PC and then jump into a Call of Duty server on Xbox or whatever console you prefer to play on, the level of regard for players is extremely low compared to PC, and I have no idea why. It's almost as if everybody on console just, I don't know, it's like they're, I don't want to say they're kids, because I know there are older people that play, but it's
There's
just
grown men that are going to be offended by what you're about to say, but go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I already know that. As soon as I said, console peasants, that's where it happened. But it's true, like there's a level of immaturity for some reason. And you know what? Like honestly, and I might sound haughty in what I'm about to say, but like all those memes about like the PC master race and whatever, it's kind of true, because every time I play a game, like I do have consoles, but I very seldom use them. I play everything on my PC, and the reason being is because the community is a lot stronger on the PC. You don't have the Call of Duty community. You don't have, the Battlefield community, like specifics like that. It's just the PC gaming community. And people get together and they play games. You don't have somebody saying, "Oh, Battlefield sucks, Call of Duty's better." Why? Why is it better? Oh, it's because the DLC is better. It's like, so because the DLC is better for a game that I don't like to play, you're going to say it's better? Like, it's very subjective.
Absolutely.
That's why what you're doing is a good thing, because it's like everybody, the PC community is a community already, but there is no place for them to really come together except, on Reddit, on Steam, or forums. But usually the forums that are out there are game specific, or, they're niche, like for hardware enthusiasts. You don't have anything that's like a general uh a general community for everybody and everything. And that's what you're going to try to achieve. Well, that's what you will achieve.
Well, I appreciate that, and that's the one thing. Again, I can't be the first person to have thought of this. I'm not that smart, but I do know that you are right in that. Like, there's VVV Gaming, there's however many, like Navi Gaming. There's plenty of other, there's teams, there's WoW forums, there's WoW wikis, there's StarCraft forums. But again, like, it's all niche. It's all pretty much per game, individualistic in that sense. And yeah, I mean, like you said, that's something I do want to achieve, where people can kind of come together. Like I said, not just for their guild and their team, but like where they can all discuss different things, like a 2chan or a 4chan of gaming. And I mean, I know 2chan, 4chan, Reddit all exist and stuff, but there is no true Facebook of gaming. Like, come check out my gamer profile at whatever website.com, and one day I hope to achieve that. I know that that's going to take a lot more hard work than what I'm able to put in, at least to the limit of my skills. But like you said, I mean, it's a start. I know people are hungry to be a part of something. I mean, because even like even talking about community, like you look at Twitch, all those people, like guys like Trump, who got picked up by Solomid, 23,000 viewers at any given time. Lyric, who plays random games and all he just does is act like a brat the whole time. 23,000 viewers, and people just want to be a part of something. They're hungry to just interact with other people. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, once the site's fully up and a forum is available and the word's getting spread, it's going to be kind of crazy to see the forums take up a life of their own. Or just also my the TeamSpeak I have available for everyone. You can actually get the info on the website. So again, like gghaven.com, just it fill up. I expect to have more than 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different TeamSpeak servers, and it'd be kind of cool to see them all filled up and people can come to them at their leisure, kind of thing. But let me jump back to what you were saying about the glorious PC master race, because that's actually my background right now. I have one of them. If you just Google glorious PC master race, like.
Is it the guy with the long flowing hair and like the unbreasted shirt with like the little peasant
No. It's he does have the long hair, but it looks like a black guy, but he's yellow and he's touching his cheeks. He's like touching his own skin. He's like, ooh yeah, I'm so glorious. But anyways,
I've seen that one. Yeah. It's like a weird, realistic looking face.
Yeah. And so some of the things that they're saying is smooth gameplay, Steam, multi-monitor, HD textures, mods, LOL, peasants, ultra settings, 60 FPS plus. It's hysterical. I don't know. I mean, you're right. PC gamers will drop easily 1,200 plus on their PCs. But they won't, necessarily, and they will, some will, but not all of them will drop like $600 for like a PS4 or an Xbox One and stuff like that. But we will go gaga for like, the latest PCIe 3.0 graphics card that NVIDIA puts out that has like 3 gigahertz of, video or NVRAM or whatever. So,
it's funny that you mentioned that too, is because I don't know, for some reason, a lot of, console gamers have this notion that a PC, a gaming PC needs to cost at least $1,000 to play anything. It's like, no way. Like, especially the way technology is moving, new hardware gets released every quarter, at least every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And prices drop and they fluctuate. It's like the stock market, dude. And it's like,
well, see, it's like, I'm one of those suckers that doesn't know. I don't keep up with the hardware when they're coming out different quarters. I don't keep up with that. I know when I built my rig, I think I spent about $1,440 on it. But I recently met a young lady. Oh, excuse me. That cider's coming up. I met a young lady. She spent, I know I'm going to misquote it, but it was over $3,000. Over $3,000 on her entire PC rig. And I couldn't tell you what's in it. But I mean, that's including like, the headphones and the monitors. Basically, like, I think she went SLI as well, so like easily $3,000 on her machine. And is she overclocking it? No, she probably just put it all together and hit the power button and let's click and go.
Minecraft.
Yeah, she plays League of Legends, so it's just as bad.
Oh god.
But
Yeah, see, it's like all these overpowered computers, and people are playing, Gary's mod and Counter-Strike, 1.6. It's like, dude, come on.
yeah,
Get on with the good games, the what you built it for. Like my computer, dude, I built it specifically for Battlefield 4.
mhm.
Well, does it run other things? Yes. And did I spend, thousands on thousands of dollars on it? No, because I bought video cards off of eBay, my monitors from eBay. I got the only thing that's brand spanking new in my computer is my power supply, my RAM, my motherboard, and my processor. Everything else was bought secondhand from, websites like eBay or rolled over from my previous rig.
Right.
For example, my case and my hard drive and my optical drive, they're all from my previous builds, all of them. So it's like you gotta I don't want to say you gotta be cheap, but it's like you gotta think about it. Like, do I really need a new case? Like, no. A lot of people don't need a new case.
Well, that's the kind of information, like that's, again, like that's your knowledge, and no, not most people who listen to this are going to know you, but like that's good information that people should be given. Like, you don't have to buy everything new. It's okay to get secondhand stuff. Maybe you'll get a lemon here or there, but you know what? You don't have to spend like over $1,000. And like, again, that's the kind of stuff, the honest conversation I want to have in GG Haven. And so like, it's refreshing to hear that, because what did you spend? How much? What was your total max spent that you spent on your rig?
My max that I spent on my rig, let's see, motherboard CPU combo that I bought from Micro Center cost me like $289. Video cards I got them for $170 each on eBay. I hope you're tallying this up because I'm not tallying it up. I'm just putting the numbers out.
You said 279, so 280, and then how much for the graphics card?
170 for both.
Okay, got it.
My power supply, brand new. I got it with Newegg promo code. I paid $150. Monitors were $90 for all three, or not for all three, but $90 each.
Okay, hold on. Before you even get there, you're already at $760 before the monitors. All right, and you're probably more than likely, because I forget what kind of graphics cards you have, but because we went ATI, so I don't really know how to compare them. But you already spent half, and you basically have almost everything you need minus a tower. But you probably already had a tower.
Yeah,
so,
I rolled over my case from my last build.
Right. So I mean, like, again, like that would have been nice to know. Like, oh, should I buy it off eBay? Yeah, it's fine. Whatever, get it secondhand. Not a big deal. Just if it's broken, it's broken. Whatever. I mean, that would suck. But and that's the kind of stuff. Like, that's the kind of not. I mean, it's not expertise. It's just common sense. But some people are so timid out there, they're not sure. But I mean, like coming to a guy like you who knows what you're talking about. If you were available to like send me a quick email about anything. Should I get this? Should I get that? If you that's what I want. People to realize that's what the Haven's for. Look, you got questions, we got answers. Like, and we have very willing people willing to help you out. Because I mean, I know you, David. You love talking about this stuff, and I mean, it could be with a complete stranger. And I was a complete stranger, and again, like you just go on and on and on, and that's what I like. And it's like you're helping another gamer make a common sense decision on what they should do to help better their rig, and you help me as well. I mean, so for those who don't know, I have a GTX 670 made by EVGA, MSI, and what ended up happening was the actual encasing was overheating my graphics card because it just was poor heating. And so, David over here recommended a nice cooler, the Corsair H55, along with the G10 Kraken bracket. And basically I went from 80 Celsius to 46 Celsius max now on my graphics card, and I don't have any overheating problems anymore. Did I fry my card over the past few years? Probably, but I don't have temperature issues anymore. But and that's what I like. It was you gave me good advice, and you genuinely actually put your best foot forward and your best intentions to try to help me, and that's all. That's all I ask for basically the main. What am I trying to say here? That's all I ask. Basically that's the kind of effort I would like everyone to put out. When it comes to engaging each member, and not this like, oh, you're a dumb noob. Like, I'm not going to help you. I'm too good for you because I spent $6,000 on my rig. Like, no, I want good-hearted people. That's the kind of people I want. If it sounds like something that you want to be a part of, if you're listening to this, I ask you register, sign up. You can reach me at info@gghaven. We'll get you we'll put you in contact with, if you want a Dota team, or if you want to, play StarCraft competitively. Like, we'll do our best to reach out and help you. And, or if you just want to build a rig, like, I got a guy like David here, and there's other people just as knowledgeable as him. That's what we want, is we just want to, help people and also just have a nice, fun community.
The sad part, though, believe it or not, with every community, they have their bad eggs. And I know you mentioned, that you want those good-hearted people they're willing to help, but help is really hard to give over the internet, especially with something like this, because you have that one person that's always gonna have to jump in and disagree, and then it's gonna turn into a flame war about brands and whatnot. It's like, when it all comes down to, whenever I give somebody advice, I usually do it on Reddit. And I do it on the PC Master Race subreddit. I'll look at the people, what they're posting. I'll help them out, and I'll give them good, honest advice. And for one example, this is recent. Some guy was asking what video card he should get. Should he get the 280X or the GTX 770? And I told him, I was like, look, man, if you're going to spend money on a 280X, you might as well buy a 770, because it's the same thing. It's just rebranded and this and that, or the HD 770. And I told him, I was like, if you have the money for the GTX 770, get that. And I was like, this is coming from a guy that has two HD 7950s. So then I get downvoted, and I'm like, what did I get downvoted for? I gave him, good advice. And, you got other people that are like always just, they're going to, always talk down on the person that's trying to help. So it's like, one-on-one is a lot easier. I could have sent him a PM, for anybody that's out there that actually goes ahead and hopefully they register with GG Haven, I just ask that, if you see somebody that's gonna, potentially build a expensive rig, and they're at a fork in the road with what video card should they get, because A, they're probably too lazy to do the research themselves, or B, they just don't have the time or the resource, like, to test it out, to get their hands on it, or just to sit down and read several articles on hardware. So it's like, that's where the person with the expertise, just shoot them a PM, be like, hey, this is what you should get. Honest opinion, not fanboyism, because everybody's gonna have to be a fan, or not everybody, but there's always a fanboy that's like, oh no, you need to get Nvidia, or you need to get Intel, or you're not a real PC gamer if you don't have Intel and Nvidia. It's like, okay, let me spend $500 more on a build to get a net increase of performance by about 15%. Like, no, that's not worth it. But there are a lot of people out there that they want to help. It's just, you have the idiots out there that they feel that their advice is the best. If nobody wants to take my advice, that's fine. It's like, okay, well, good on you for taking somebody's advice at least. Was it good advice? I don't know. It's up to you. But in the end, it's their money, it's their computer. So whether they take somebody's advice or my advice or whatnot, it's up to them.
And basically, you're saying just there's no need. Well, I mean, and I agree. Like, there's idiots everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go. But I mean, I'm not. Utopias don't exist.
No.
But I'm not delusional about that. But I do know that at least I plan on with everyone who comes in, meeting them as best I can. I mean, because I can't meet a million people, I know that, but in the forums, like, that's why you have your moderators. And also at the same time, like, if someone gets in that's a bad egg, peace out. I'm not afraid to kick people out that are causing trouble. Because again, like, there's nothing wrong with open, honest discussion, and there's nothing wrong with healthy disagreement. But when you start getting into just being disrespectful and just not threatening, just insulting people based off of emotion, it's like, there's no need for that. I mean, especially when you're trying to help somebody. I mean, if multiple people want to help, that's fine. So yeah, I mean, I completely understand, man, and it sucks that, but that's Reddit, though. I mean, everyone knows Reddit has, and I'm just gonna say it, it's the scum of the internet. So
I think that's 4chan, actually.
That could very well be 4chan. So that being said, well, we're gonna end on that note, David. So I appreciate your chat on hardware, and I appreciate your feedback on the project. So if you guys want to, how can people reach you if they have any questions on hardware? If they want to talk to you, are you cool with getting any messages or something?
No, I don't mind at all. It just, as long as I don't get spam and all that from people. But if you guys want, you can reach me at zapablast05@gmail.com. That's ZAPABLAST blast05@gmail.com. You can, you can send me questions, comments, complaints, anything. I'll respond to it if I feel that I should respond or if it rates a response. If you want a game with me, it's the same thing. I use this name for literally everything since the time of AOL. So if you look up Zappablast05, if you find any forum, any website with that name, it's most likely me.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you plugging your info in there. Also, guys, if you want to message me or reach out if you have any ideas, you want to help, or you just want to talk to an amazing PC Master Race member, or David, just message me at info@gghaven.com. That's info@gghaven.com. I read absolutely every email. It keeps me up way past my bedtime. I just can't get enough of it. So again, David, thank you for your time. I appreciate you helping me on this first inaugural, like it's that cider kicking in, inaugural podcast. And so I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely, man.
All right, well, talk to you later, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks for the interview, the opportunity.
Anytime, man. Talk to you soon.